What's good, YouTube? This is boy EJ Hoops with another amazing video. As to about time, man, we're finna just go over the first day of free agency. The first day of free agency was wild, man. We started off all day by talking about how Kevin Durant has requested a trade out of Brooklyn. This is a very interesting situation because I don't really think, in my opinion, that it's worth trading for Kevin Durant for most teams in the NBA, actually. Aging superstar, he's like 33. I know it sounds crazy because he's a 30-point per game scorer, don't get me wrong, but even a more in-depth analysis to my reaction, posted a video about 10 minutes ago on it. My initial reaction is that just wow. What is next? What do you give up for Kevin Durant that will keep you in title contention? Because that's the whole goal. Me personally, the Nets said that they're looking for a historic package of players and picks back, and there's only a couple teams I could throw out there that may like fit into that category and still be a winning team. Obviously, the Suns didn't fit. They just extended D Book, which is a part of free agency. D Book got a max contract and is to cover 2K23. Don't come for me, I wanted it to be Giannis again, even though I'm just kind of a Giannis stan. But back to the point, teams like the Suns were not willing to give up Devin Booker. The Nets are not doing any trade that does not involve Devin Booker for Kevin Durant. So it seems like a pointless trade. You cannot lose Book and Aiden and expect a team of Chris Paul and Kevin Durant, whatever Brooklyn decides to not take left, to go contend for a championship when you got like full teams, like full rosters like the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Warriors. Those three teams off the jump is going to beat that team. Which is why I said trade has to make sense, and I got a video on it. But again, there's only a couple teams I think can really be in the Kevin Durant sweepstakes and do something. One of those teams being the Clippers. I can see a trade with Paul George, Trey Mann, 1,000 picks. I'm not sure how many picks they have because OKC and PG. I think that all those picks may be gone, though. That was like 3 years ago. You got the Clippers. Another one I throw is possibly Miami. Possibly Miami. Hopefully they just have to give away Tyler Hero, Bam, and just a bunch of picks. If they have to give out, and Duncan Robinson, if they have to give out anything else, I'm not doing the trade. It's not worth it. The greatest thing about Miami was their depth and all these things I think it can offer and all the defense. You're already losing a huge defensive piece in Bam, so I'm not too favorable in that. And the last team I can see doing this possibly, and I mean possibly, is the Boston Celtics. And the only reason behind the Boston Celtics maybe being a possibility, it all depends on what they have to give up. If you have to give up Jaylen Brown, if you have to give up Marcus Smart, if you have to give up a bunch of picks, anything else besides that, it's not worth it. Because at that point, you're giving up all your depth and you just have Jason Tatum and Kevin Durant. If you think a roster with just Jason Tatum and Kevin Durant can carry the load, you're tripping. But that's it for Kevin Durant. I got a video on that right here. It's out already, so you can go check that out. We're gonna go to the next piece of thing, the next thing that happened in free agency. Jalen Brunson got the bag from the New York Knicks. Now, me personally, I didn't really care for this because I'm not a big believer in Jalen Brunson. There's this whole narrative / theory going out there that he couldn't show all that he could do behind Luka. And I think it's a reasonable point. I think he could turn into a solid 20, 21 points per game scorer, but he wasn't worth near a max contract for that. It's not like he's some type of ceiling raiser. The Knicks didn't make the play, and they may make the play in this season. We don't even know what Julius Randle's going to be. You still have Fournier, you still have D Rose. We don't know what RJ is going to be. RJ has a lot of potential, in my opinion, still left. So, I mean, it could be a floor raiser. This could get him to like the 8th seed, but you have to remember that there's a lot of other teams in the East that are getting better. Example, the Atlanta Hawks just got DeJounte Murray. I didn't do a video on that, but I didn't really think it was really worth it. And what am I going to talk about? 4 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari for Murray. Obviously, still. But there's a lot of teams that's getting better in the East, and I just don't think that that's really a deal breaker. I do think it moves the Knicks into the right direction, though. But basically, this team is all relying on RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. Julius Randle took a huge drop from last season. RJ Barrett, he's improving a little bit, but not enough for my liking. But I still think he does have a lot of potential. But I think that's just what this stands on. I think that, again, Jalen Brunson could be, it is a step in the right direction. It's not moving the needle enough for me, in my opinion, to be trading contracts like Alec Burke and Nerlens Noel. Solid role players on your team out. I don't know. I don't believe in Mitchell Robinson, so you just got rid of your only good defender in Nerlens Noel, in my opinion, the only good defender. Mitchell Robinson is a great rim protector, not the best defender. Don't try to argue with me about that. Next big thing that happened is that Nikola Jokic became the richest player in NBA history. He hit the last season on this deal. He's making $60 million. Now, me personally, I think he's worth it. There's some people out there saying he's not. He's a back-to-back MVP. Not really much else to say towards this, but he's definitely worth the Supermax. My only concern is that if this is the case, you have now locked down Jokic, you have now locked down MPJ, you have to lock down Murray, you have to have all the faith in the world that those 3 players can one day win you a championship. And I'm not sure how they feel about that. I got to see how MPJ comes back. That was real risky to throw him the bag. I think he got over $200 million too. You have to throw Murray the bag now, and I don't really know how it turns out. I know that the whole Jokic thing was worth it, but I'm more so worried about the pieces around them. I think KCP, that trade for Monty Morris and Will Barton, that was an amazing trade. KCP is a great 3-and-D player, and he's amazing at corner shots, and we know Jokic loved that corner. So I think that would be good for the Nuggets. The next thing that we had happen, I'm just naming things that are notably worth it. Example, Malik Monk to the Sacramento Kings. It's a great pickup for the Kings. Don't get me wrong, they're in win now mode. But little trades like that I don't think really needs explanation. Another one is DeAndre Jordan to the Denver Nuggets. I don't know how he keeps getting contracts, but he does, from the Lakers to the Nets to the Sixers to the Nuggets. Just everywhere. He's going around like a prostitute. And didn't think it was much there to talk about. Isaiah Hartenstein is a great pickup for the New York Knicks. A solid backup center, possibly starting center, because again, I don't really believe in Mitchell Robinson or Taj Gibson going forward. Isaiah Hartenstein is only 24 years old, and they got him on a what? 2 years, $16 million deal. That's a great deal for a young, great center. That's going to be a huge loss. A huge loss for the Los Angeles Clippers. I loved Hartenstein in Denver too, and now he's in New York, so hopefully he gets the fame or publicity that he deserves as a great hardworking center, a great energy guy, a great passer, and hopefully in 2 years he can get another deal that's worth even more when he's 26, more experience. It should be fun. We had Victor Oladipo go to the Miami Heat on a prove-it deal, 1 year, $10, $11 million deal. Nothing much to it. I wish he would have went to a team like the Kings or somewhere where he can get his value up more, but he probably likes to spit in Miami next to Jimmy. He just helped him in the playoffs. He had a couple huge defensive games in the playoffs. Not the most efficient player, but still getting his legs back under him. So I love that. PJ Tucker to the 76ers. Now the 76ers is having a little Houston reunion. You got PJ Tucker back. You got Daniel House here. Harden's obviously coming back. It's not a for sure thing, but it's a for sure thing. So it should be fun. I mean, I'm not sure if I would pay the 37-year-old $33 million over 3 years. That's kind of risky if you ask me, but it's PJ Tucker. What other choice do you have? Harden and Joel Embiid has to maximize it out now. Harden is not getting any younger. He's not getting any better, and Joel Embiid has been hurt every year. Whether it's in the regular season or the postseason, something is happening. So you have to do everything that you can do to get this team together. And I love the acquisition of PJ Tucker. He's like Matisse Thybulle, a more physical Matisse Thybulle, not as fast vertically, you know, defensive wise, not as active with the feet, but still an amazing defender, and he can actually knock down a corner three or a three in general. I love that for the 76ers. Daniel House is a good pickup as a wing defender too. He's good. He's an all-right defender, but he can hit wide open shots. Yeah, Bobby Portis signed a 4-year, $49 million deal with the Milwaukee Bucks, and I love this for my Milwaukee Bucks. Y'all, when I saw him opt out of that contract, because he took a pay cut last season to sign with us, I'm not gonna lie, my heart stopped. I thought it was wraps. We also got Joe Ingles. We got just two great wing players. Joe Ingles coming off of a torn ACL, but he was an all-right defender in Utah last season before he tore his ACL. And in the past, he was a great defender, but he can knock down open threes, and that's all that really matters. He knocked down open threes, and that's all that really matters. That's what we need for this team. We're going to the finals next year, baby. That's all I can really say. Bradley BEal re-signed with the Washington Wizards, 5 years, $250 million, and a lot of people was on his ass about this, talking about he wants to lose. He's a loser. Let's be real. $250 is in your face. In your face. Are you declining it just to go try and win a ring? A ring that's not even guaranteed. Honestly, I expected him to re-sign because I never got the sense that he was going to pass up on that money. He has his own team. But if I'm Washington, I think this is a horrible trade, first of all. I think this is a horrible contract, first of all. You're giving up $50 million over the next 5 years for a player that can't even get you in the play-in. He's not getting you in the play-in. They might go next year with Kristaps. Kristaps showed flashes, but you gotta remember that teams like Atlanta, who wasn't even Atlanta wasn't even the top 8 seed, just got better. Teams like Cleveland is only gonna get better, who barely missed the playoffs. The Knicks just got Jalen Brunson. They're getting better. Bradley BEal has shown that he isn't the most durable star. I won't even go as far to call him a superstar, which also makes this contract a lot more like disturbing to me. I understand Washington didn't have much of a choice with this contract, but $50 million for a player that I wouldn't even call a superstar is a lot. I wouldn't even give a supermax to a player that probably is in top 7, top 8, top 10 at the maximum. Top 10. I don't think he was worth that money, and I don't think it's worth the direction you're going in. You have a lot of young players there. Kuzma is kind of young. He's like 25, 24, 25. I'd probably get rid of them too. They're gonna need. I just think Washington's gonna probably end up needing to rebuild it all. But you have a couple building blocks. Thomas Bryant is young. Rui Hachimura is young. Denny Abdia is young. You have a lot of young pieces that you can start something with, but you cannot hold on to BEal. If I'm Washington, I got him to sign this contract. He's gonna go out, play a little bit, and I'm trading him by the deadline. I know they won't, but they should probably trade Bradley BEal. My personal opinion though, and Bradely BEal shouldn't be in his interest either. He said all this stuff about winning, and that's why everybody's getting mad at him for re-signing, but what was the point? You're not winning in Washington, and now wherever you go, you had the opportunity to leave and not cost a team to mortgage everything to get you. Now when you do get traded, because he's not playing out the rest of this contract, y'all, I can guarantee you, Bradely BEal's not about to play out the rest of this contract. He may have to get traded next year, in 2 years or 3 years, but he's not playing out this entire contract. He's not, because Washington is not going to get the assets that they need to get better. If Washington got Kevin Durant, I still don't even think that they probably make, I don't even think they make the Eastern Conference Finals in my opinion. So I just think it was a pointless trade for both sides, just kind of a temporary thing. BEal said he wants to win, he's not winning there. Washington obviously needs to hit the reset button. It's just two parties that don't want to get, that aren't getting enough of each other. JaVale McGee has signed a 3-year, $20 million deal with the Mavericks. Now the Mavericks was already a great defensive team. They was ranked like 6th or 7th last year. They made the Western Conference Finals, and they're only getting better. Despite the loss of Jalen Brunson, the pickup of Christian Wood for practically nothing, you just locked down JaVale McGee for the next 3 years. I like it. I love what they're doing. This is a great pickup. You got two, now you have two real pick and roll threats with a pick and pop threat in Christian Wood. I love what JaVale McGee does to his team. He's he's a veteran, he's a big body, he's a great rebounder. They needed a better rebounder, and he's a great rim protector. They needed a better rim protector. Not to say that Maxi Kleber wasn't good enough, or yeah, it wasn't good enough. I just love the pickup, and I think that's just about it with free agency. There was a couple more little signings I just didn't go over. Lonnie Walker, the 4th to the Lakers. Troy Brown Jr. to the Lakers. And I think who else signed to the Lakers? Damian Jones. Obviously, little nice pickups to help them, but I don't think it's going to be a game changer. I can't wait until free agency continues, though. If you get this video to 10 likes tonight, 10 likes, I will post another video tomorrow. I posted a KD video as well. If you like my personality or like who I am, I posted a video on my main channel tomorrow, too, so go check me out at EGF Ron. I love you guys more than I love myself, and I am out. Peace.